if you had something that I wanted, like, I'm gonna try to hustle you out of it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to run some game on you, or anything that has to do with getting what you want. And I honestly feel like that comes from being young and not really having that you know what I mean, that fundamental foundation of earning, like the having a job. You know, I never had a job. I don't know exactly how long she was gone. She was gone a few years, and it was kind of an awkward experience just being with relatives because I'm mixed and her side family is white, and my dad's side, he's Puerto Rican and black, and it was just being in that environment where we felt like we was outsiders. Even though they took care of us and accepted us, we still had that feeling. By the time I was 13 years old, it's like, I don't really know why, but it's like I just turned towards acting out, you know what I mean? Like, just all the frustration and all the built up, like my pops, and this is one, I've read your letter and you kind of speculated on why it brings kids to act out, and I feel like your pops, like how many people don't have their father growing up and not having that, you know, that bond to be able to talk to, because like my mother personally, she was just young, she didn't really relate to, like she tried, but she wasn't the type of woman that really liked to talk. She'll turn her back on things. And for me, not having my father there, it was like I'm reaching for answers and dealing with things in the best way that I knew how. And it just wasn't good. It wasn't productive in no type of way. Like I said, with the alcohol, you know, having them outsider type feelings of not really being included. Now I'm trying to become included by acting stupid, getting drunk, and being just reckless. Just everything that was really going on was reckless. Being where I am now, I can look back on some of the things that was taking place, and I try to dissect everything I can, because I know my son is at the age that I was getting in trouble, like where I really started, because I was locked up at 13, and
he's 14.
And he's 14 now, and luckily I'm thankful his thing's video games. He might miss out on some school, some studies time, but he's not in the streets, and I'm grateful for that. And I try to, you know, his mother, I'm grateful that his mother is responsible and gives him some good, you know, direction. But at the end of the day, this person is gone, and he was murdered, you know, and that it's a hard pill to swallow. And I think that a lot of these kids out here is getting involved in these situations, and when they wake up, it's gonna be 10 years, 15 years down the line, like with me. And what can you do? You know, a lot of times they're not even, you know, I was fortunate enough to hopefully have an opportunity to get out. This kids coming in here 18, 19 years old and never going home, 30, 40 years to life. Double homicide, triple homicide. I want to say that they're not murdered, but they don't feel as though they are. They don't look at it like that. Or maybe some of them do. I think nowadays, I mean, it seems like that's like a badge of honor. Like, you was able to do that. That's what I can't say for them, but I don't want to speak on them. But I don't think they've reached to the point that I've reached, because I mean, at the time, I never looked at it like that. Like, I was locked up and didn't believe that this person was dead. Like, in my mind, it didn't hit me until I got my indictment, because me and the guy was fighting, and my brother shot him. You know what I mean? He ended up dying after the fact during surgery, and I heard him holler before, you know what I'm saying, I was leaving. So in my mind, I'm like, he ain't dead. I don't know what they're talking about. It didn't hit me until I got my indictment. I was in the county for a few days, and even then it was on the news. You know, I was in the county jail in Toledo watching TV, and it was on the news, and it just, for some reason, like, I don't know if I was just so numb with everything that happened, but when I got my indictment and it said death penalty specification, they tried to give me the death penalty, and it just like hit me. It hit me like a bag of rocks done got dropped on my head, and that this person, I didn't even know, like, looking back, I can't even know I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was just the fact that everything was going on, you know what I mean? They're trying to kill me. I remember sitting in the county and asking somebing, because in Michigan, we don't have the death penalty. We never grew up with that type of outcome. And I asked the person, like, how is the death penalty? What they do? I'm thinking electric chair, anything. And I was 18 at this time, and he told me that they had lethal injection, this and that. And I had to sit up that night and think about, like, I could be dead. You know, this could be my life. And I feel like, I think the difference between kids nowadays and kids then was, I always thought I could get out. Like, I always thought I would be older and have, like, an opportunity to do something. Even playing football. Like, even after I stopped going to school, I thought something was gonna happen for me, and it was gonna be different. But nowadays, like, these kids coming in here, the first thing they do is get tattoos all over their face. By the time I get out, I probably might have did 20 years. I came in when I was 18 years old. So I look at it as, I got one chance. I got one chance, and what I do with it is gonna be it, and I gotta prepare. I gotta continue to prepare, and hopefully when the time comes, I'll be ready.